Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. We begin our service singing Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful the day is. It is Shabbat. Turn to page 2 for the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine. I would like to invite our friend Miss Randy Frank to lead us in the blessings over the candles and the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with the mitzvot and commands us to kindle the light of the Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagathim. Praise be to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
And we turn to page 20 to welcome the Sabbath bride as we sing together Lecha Dodi. rise as we turn to page 28 for the Berlow. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, fortfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch Ata Adonai, Amariv Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. Please be seated.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall find them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. And we turn to page 40 to sing together Mi Chamocha. Grant us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, נקורא ענק שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי 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 שבת, נקורא ענק שבת. מקודשי
turn to the Tefillah on page 46.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You cause the wind to shift and rain to fall. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We turn now to page 61 for the blessing for shalom, for peace and wellness and wholeness. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, our eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Shalom,
need courage and strength and healing in our lives, in the life of everyone that is dear to us. The Misha Berach, the prayer for healing and strength and courage, is on page 253. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We have an amazing Torah portion with a very strong and dramatic message. It's called Vayera, which literally means appeared or made itself sin. That's the first word in the Torah portion. And the first verse says that Adonai our God appeared, made itself sin before Abraham, as Abraham was resting at a place in Israel called Alonei Mamre, the Oaks of Mamre. Now, obviously, you expect after that the next verse would be, and God said to Abraham, God just appears before Abraham. That's an opening for a revelation. It won't be the first nor the last revelation that God has with Abraham. Just the chapter before, chapter 17, there is a whole revelation and a whole covenant. So one expects that now we will hear what God has to say, what's the message of Adonai. But the next verse says something very different. It says that Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw three total strangers. So Abraham ran to them, attended to their needs, gave them the best food possible, and made sure that they had baths, and made what you would call today probably radical hospitality to total strangers. Now, in the ancient world, just as it is today, being a stranger is not a good thing. It doesn't mean someone that you don't know but is a member of your congregation, which happens a lot. It doesn't mean like we sometimes say to our friends, don't be a stranger. It means someone who is not a resident, someone who is not a citizen. That means someone who is in the bottom of the social scale. And yet, Abraham leaves everything, including the presence of Adonai our God, the revelation of God, and goes and attends to their needs. If that's not a strong enough message, and by the way, the entire chapter continues with how well Abraham took care of those three strangers. Now, that to itself is pretty radical, but the rabbis are reading it even deeper. The rabbis are saying that Abraham, our first father, teaches us by his actions that attending to the needs of other people is more important than our obligations towards Adonai our God. It's more important than being in the presence of Adonai our God. That means that every time that you're in a conflict like Abraham, Maimonides, by the way, says that Abraham kind of said to Adonai our God, hold that fort. I have more important business to attend to. But that's the message that the rabbis are reading there, that our obligations towards the needs of others, even if they're total strangers, not just family and friends, that is a given. Even a total stranger is more important than any religious obligation towards Adonai, our God. It's always love and kindness and compassion that comes first, our relationship with other people. This message doesn't need to look like a conflict, doesn't need to look like a contradiction. There's a modern Jewish philosopher, a 20th century philosopher, Martin Buber, a wonderful thinker, who says that we actually feel the presence of God in our encounters with other people. When we literally see people, see their needs, attend to their needs, show empathy towards the other people, then actually we see the divine presence that is in each human being. So maybe the teaching of that chapter, of that Torah portion is that it's not a contradiction. It's not that that Abraham had to say to Adonai, hold that fort, I have more important business. That actually God appeared to Avram. God made itself seen to Avram through the encounter with total strangers, because Abraham did not see them as strangers. He saw them as human beings. Shabbat Shalom. Our anthem is Oseh Shalom. As we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me at the middle of the page. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We continue together at the top of page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Joshua Fink, John A. DeAngelo, Shirley Tanches-Teris, Anna Mashbas, Louise Bornstein, Tilly H. Cohen, Miriam Davidson, Richard Dorsbach, Anton Dreidel, Mark Epstein, Irving Ehrman, Maurice Foreman, Eugene Frank, Ruth Gelfenbein, Anna Glogauer, Martha Gordon, William B. Hamel, Beatrice Jacobs, Lillian Jacobs, Martin Kastan, Robert Kling, Joseph Lang, Peggy Lipton, Hilda Myers, Josephine Rosenfeld, Rebecca Kahn Rubin, Mary Rudd, William J. Schatz, Phyllis Segal, Kate Simon, Sonia Simon, Dorothy Collins, Ann Skyer, Walter Ziegler, Robert Fine, Armand Goldstein, and in recent days, Cindy Morgan. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלם הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction. Amen. Our closing song is Od Yavo Shalom. What page is it?
It's on page 353.
353.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם שלום. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם, סלם שלום. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם.
יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of well-being and wellness and wholeness and peace, and that we will be protected from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands and grant us grace, loving kindness, and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to our bodies, to our souls, to our minds. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you don't know.